Let's talk about leadership. When I bring up the term leadership, I'm sure a lot of things come to mind, especially right now in today's day. What I'm talking about today is a little bit more along the lines of pressure versus support. Now, I know I don't like people barking orders at me. At the same time, if I'm under pressure, then I start to move in a different way. A lot of people do. But that's not real leadership when you're actually pushing people to move faster. The basis of good leadership, in my opinion, is to support people and find out what might be in the way, what might be causing them to take a little bit more time than they expected for the outcome that they want. So more often than not, it's my understanding from what I've experienced, what I've been through, and what I'm hearing from other people around me in the community, that support gets more followers than addressing people as if they're an agenda. I believe that pressuring people for results creates a certain type of resistance. Now, in my shoes, if somebody's telling me the way something needs to be done or that I'm not doing it their way, I will push back just naturally. It's in my nature to kind of resist that kind of leadership. And to me, that's more of a boss versus leadership type situation. So when somebody gets on my level and they seem to understand what the weight is that I'm carrying and what it is that I'm going through that may be the holdup, it makes me respond differently to following their direction, because they could be leading by example. Like, okay, this is what worked for me better in this situation. I can see why you're having a hard time here. So now I'm gonna kind of tie that all in to how that works in overcoming obstacles in our personal life. Because a lot of us out here look for leaders to help us out of sticky situations, personal dilemmas, life's problems that pop up all the time. I see gurus on like YouTube, on TV, people selling their latest self-help book or some kind of assistance in a form of helping people out of their day-to-day issues. If you follow somebody, it's probably because they understand where you're at and what you're going through, and so you're more likely to listen to their advice. On that same level, when people have been following a particular situation for quite some time and it's led them into some of the problems that they're currently going through or facing, they feel a sense of loyalty to the things that they've been involved with for long enough that they feel like a sense of betrayal or fear of change from the situation that they're in. And so they will follow a leader that is no longer supporting their best interest just because of those internal dialogues that cause us to not change. So you've got to decide for yourself sometimes whether what you're following is productive to what you actually need in your life. There's a chance that you could be following somebody else's path to their desires, which don't align with your own. And so sometimes you need to find what you are searching for yourself in a different direction. Make sure that the goals line up. Make sure that the outcome is parallel. Sometimes we don't stay with something because it feels right. Sometimes we stay with something because it feels heavier to leave, to change. To bring this all in, I believe that most of us are looking for a leader who's fair, who's steady with their goals and their direction. Someone who you feel as though you can trust, even on a personal level. And we're also looking for somebody who has compassion for what we're going through. A comment that I got this week was about character and reputation. That reputation is something that you wear on the outside, but character comes from within. Now, there's a lot of thought that I put into that comment because it could go in so many different directions. And I truly believe that there is some strength behind that, no matter which way you go. Because in all honesty, can the character come through enough that that is the reputation that is worn? Because I know that I've met people that their character was unique and it shined a different kind of light. And so their reputation was also that of being a special person in people's lives. And that can be also true for people who have special qualities in leadership and in organization. But then I've also run across people who have let a situation change their character for a goal or a purpose, and then that in turn changed their reputation. Being true to your reputation is something that I think is an alignment that can't be compromised, or shouldn't be compromised, let me say. But I know that there are people out there that it does happen to. That if the right deal came up or the right persuasion, that a person will change their character in order to obtain a goal, and in turn it will change or tarnish their reputation. And that kind of brings me to my closing thought on, if we know what we're looking for in a leader and we have the qualities that we're looking for in mind, we want them to be a certain way about organization, we want them to be a certain way about recovery, we want them to be a certain way about situations in the community, we want them to be a certain way about mental health, we want them to be a certain way about this topic or that topic, or we just want them to have certain qualities that we can trust or that we can rely on, or things that we can look up to. Well, if we know what the qualities are in a leader that we want, are we showing those qualities to the people around us? Can we in turn become the leader that we're actually looking for in other people? And if we all took a moment to do just a little bit of that in our life, could we create better leaders around us by showing a path that they may not see? I mean, that's why I chose this location to film this long today, is I'm trying to anchor everything together with multiple messages about what it means to be a true leader. It's not how you act when everybody's watching. It's not how you think that people are gonna feel about you if you do a certain thing a certain way. It's what happens in the moment that defines a leader. And leaders don't even know that they're leaders sometimes. People will follow somebody with good qualities and look up to them and aspire to do the things that they do, as long as they believe that it's true to their character, born on the inside, right? Take the time to think about the things that align with you and those around you. Mainly yourself, because if you're true to yourself and you're a good leader for your own life, somebody else is going to see that, as we should.